Perhaps at a subsequent date, after the man had assumed office and you think that you are not satisfied with one or two things, and you take further steps, not pursuant to Section 192.
The polarization has led to a dilemma over who controls the offices of the Secretary to the Government and Chief of Staff Government House Administration following the dissolution of the Cabinet. A visit to the State Secretariat by Channels Television indicates that Gavi Yarwe is holding forth as a Secretary to the Government and Ahmed Yusuf as Chief of Staff, while the duo of Gibbon Katabs as Secretary to the State Government.
I'm fully satisfied with his state of health and the progression. It continues. And I think sooner than later, Dambaba will be able to come more than what he's doing now in terms of discharging his functions and in terms of giving leadership to the people of Taraba State. Leaders and chief executives in this country don't have to be in office 24 hours before they function. Sometimes we seek permission on phone. I was chief of staff once again. I know how the things work.
As the drama continues to unfold, a delegation from the presidency, leadership of the People's Democratic Party, and the Taraba National Assembly legislators are being expected in Jalingo to discuss with the warring factions in resolving the lingering political crisis.
Still to come on News Track, the federal government asks security agencies to provide better security for sensitive infrastructure.
And another stowaway or attempted stowaway at the airports in Abuja.
Do join us again.
You see, life has just got easier. You stay connected to Channels TV, where news and innovations are shaping our world. Simply log on to channelstv.com to get the breaking news. Browse the homepage according to what matters to you. Tap on the extended coverage of business, sports, politics, lifestyle, infotech, entertainment, health, world news, and lots more. Click on the live link and see the news in real time. Do you want to watch the latest video of the day? It's just a click away. Friend us on Facebook, YouTube, follow us on Twitter, Google+, participate in Channels TV poll, and share your comments. It's a website you can talk to. Your voice will be heard. ChannelsTV.com. The news at your fingertips.
Welcome back, and remember there's more on our top stories this hour and other programs on our website. It's channelstv.com, and if you like, www.youtube.com/channelsweb.
If you're on the go, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on an iPad, iPhone or BlackBerry. Also, download the Channels TV app for the Android and Nokia 920 devices from their respective stores. The federal government has restated its commitment to providing critical infrastructure in all areas of the economy in order to meet the nation's development needs. At a gathering on the protection of critical national assets, Vice President Namadi Sambo urged security agencies to work together to secure sensitive infrastructure.
These are officials of the country's security agencies at a gathering to discuss how to improve protection of the nation's assets and infrastructure. Vice President Namadi Sambo, who declared the forum open, advised security agencies to step up their game in protecting the nation's assets.
The development of national infrastructure remains a core element of our transformation agenda. To this end, we have prioritized investment in electricity generation, transmission and distribution, oil and gas production, transportation and distribution, telecommunications, water supply, agriculture, public health, mass transit system, and financial services.
The Minister of Power and the Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation decried the vandalization of national assets by criminally minded persons.
I have always considered this unleashing of vandalism and terrorism on our critical national assets and infrastructure as a moral equivalent of war.
Therefore, any threat to the sector is a threat to us all and must not be taken lightly or allowed to persist.
Although terrorism and vandalism are two major issues confronting the nation, the National Security Advisor and the Commandant of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps pledged their commitment to combat the menace.
The potency of the threats of terrorism, militancy, oil theft, vandalism, and sabotage to our critical national assets and infrastructure has now become unprecedented.
We are trying to put in place necessary mechanism towards ensuring support of all, towards working together and relating and sharing information, towards fighting it simultaneously.
The two-day event will, among other issues, examine strategies for the protection of Nigeria's critical national assets and infrastructure, including the role of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in protection of such assets. Omelogo Nadi, Channels Television News.
All passengers have expressed mixed views over the remodeling exercise of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport that has reached its completion. While some applaud the change, others ask for better treatment, especially during departure processes. Our aviation correspondent, Bukola Joe Oketumbi, reports.
This is the new face of Nigeria's premier international gateway. Months after rehabilitation works rolled up, the terminal has been expanded a few meters forward and on the D and E wings. This is the upper deck of the new extension of the D wing of the international airport in Lagos. This part of the building is expected to house about 10 new immigration points to aid better passenger facilitation. It's not just the immigration capacity that has increased. The lower deck of the arrival hall now has 3 new conveyor belts to aid baggage collection. The extended area of the departure hall also wears a new look, as the airport authority believes travelers deserve a new experience.
Even before the commissioning, we are already opening it up to general use, and we are happy that Nigerians are beginning to see a difference to what is being done. You know that this facility was constructed about 40 years ago, and after 40 years, it's beaming at its seams. So this is to make up for the traffic growth and also the projections ahead.
As the airport awaits its formal opening, some passengers speak on their impression.
I was here in November and I was here in May when I was going to the UK, so I know this airport and I've been using it for the past 6-7 years. Whether peak or no peak, it's very good. Compared to before, you can't even stay in this hall.
I remember about 2-3 years ago, it was horrible. The airport was small, and I came back sometime in March this year, and there's been a lot of changes.
Not everyone is impressed by the change.
I can't see any transformation because we're all here standing. People want to sit down. People probably can't go back. There are no seats. They should just look at the airlines, harmonize everything, probably even give check-in services.
As the federal government continues its airport remodeling exercise across the country, travelers and aviation parties insist on top quality infrastructure and the best of services. Bukola Joe Oketumbi, Channels Television News.
Well, talking about airports, less than 2 weeks after a 15-year-old boy successfully stowed away on an Arik wheel compartment from Benin to Lagos, another young man has attempted the same feat. Security operatives have apprehended 25-year-old Leroy Ogaga, who made his way to the airport runway with intent to illegally board an Abuja-bound Arik flight. The General Manager Corporate Communications of Faan, Yakubu Dati, who confirmed the incident, said all airports across the country now have a joint security patrol comprising staff of Faan and the Nigerian Air Force since the last incident at the Benin airport. The suspect, however, told journalists in an interview that he was a psychiatric patient and was tired of life. That's why he wanted to travel to Abuja.
He didn't get his wish, I suppose. Well, the governor of Osun State, Ralph Aregbesola, has charged the people not to neglect the benefits of good health to productive living. He encouraged this practice at the 12th edition of the regular fitness exercise tagged Walk to Live, held at Oriade local government area of the state.
And so they walked